Yes, people, back live. Big up yourselves. Look, I'm here on time, as you can see. So big up to everyone that's here. Make sure you're locked in. You know, we're going to talk about pretty much what you've seen all morning, all afternoon. Same crap, different day. There's no resting with Manchester United. I've got theories. I've got statements. I've got a lot. But you know, if you haven't seen, there's a mutiny against Amorim by the players. Shock. But then there's other sources claiming that's not true. So yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one to kind of just process because it's like again. Because last time I checked, like all the players that were meant to be, you know, bad eggs gone. But then, you know, you have others saying there's sources in the dress room, you know, are saying things are fine. Or you know what it is I've noticed a lot, right, with these these journalists, is they have impeccable timing. They have impeccable timing. And it's like, did they just reword what they wrote, aka Chris Wheeler, last week and put into new words? Or really and truly, they're just talking crap, or they're spitting the truth. It's just a funny old game, isn't it, with journalists, and they really get on my nerves. But big up to everyone in here. We'll dive straight into that. I'll tell you what's said if you don't know. With Man United, it's just always something brand new in it. Big up Dan in the building. I saw you here nice and early as well. Wait, what's this? Big up Midoriya. He says, big up people, run the likes on the way in. Big up Big Country. Winter Soldier as always. Certified. Big oh yeah, by the way, Country, I saw that you didn't become a member, G. I also, if you want to become a member of this channel, you know, I could also hustle hard for this channel too. It's the same process. So if you want to do that, run it up. Midoriya, big up yourself. Khabib, he says, we get these same stories about every manager. Every single one of these rat bastards who joined pre-INEOS needs selling. Get the stink out the club from Bruno, Shaw, Maguire, Asmus, Ericsson, Delo, etc. Big up Golang. I agree with that, by the way, regardless of the situation. Born 95, I've seen his club compete football and win it multiple times, 99 treble included, but I've never seen us this bad. Fans booing Amorim too. It's looking dark. Big up Binyam, Jack as well. It says, run me Osman. I'm going to talk about that briefly as well. Big up United as well. He said, we need to sort out these leakers. Beans on toast, light the stream. I think it's media trying to cause trouble. They always talk shit about us. It's true, man. You know, from what I screenshotted, this is with the exact quote anyway. So he might have went more in depth. But when he's saying, well, actually, you know what? I don't even care about all that. But he says, let me get this up. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Chris Wheeler. This guy is an absolute dick. Yeah. And it's ever since he's been washed away as not the source for Man United anymore. On my life, it's just, this guy can't help himself. Daily Mirror, I'm not surprised either. But where is it? Is he deleted it? There's no way this brother's deleted it. Did he delete it? Nah. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Is he trying to cover up? Because that's not what was said. That's not what was said, by the way. Anyways. Insanity. Something has been deleted. I can't even find it now. Even the people that quoted it, it seems like it's a misquote. You know what's so strange about this, yeah? This is what I'm saying, yeah, with United, is that when it gets rubbished off so quick, yeah, these men they never take accountability with United. You want to show discourse between everyone at United because things are going bad. But when things are going good, they don't want to say nothing. They don't want to say anything at all because guess what? There's no clicks about it. No, because it was only, you know what the maddest thing is even Goldbridge himself done a video on it, yeah? Even himself, so he can't hide away from that crap. I might not even be able to find it, yeah? Because let me try. I'm pretty sure I saw it on my chat. Regardless of all of that, yeah, is this whole thing with players and whatnot, I frankly just don't believe it. It's all misinformation, and it's everything that you need to know when it comes to these journos, right? It's just they don't know what's going on at the club, and it's all guesswork. And that doesn't get praised enough to INEOS or anyone else who have shut everything up because they're all made up stories. Do you know what I mean? Showing that the players are really against his tactics still. You know, there's like I can't remember. I need to get this. I need to get the chat up. Let me go into the chat because I need to read this because it's going to get deleted. It's been deleted. Absolute insanity. You know what the maddest thing is, yeah? I went on his Twitter profile earlier and I saw it myself. And I could be wrong, but I saw it myself. Absolute prat. These man think that these lot think they're funny. These man really think they're funny, innit? It came out, here it says, one thing, this is one thing, by the way, it says it right here, and it's screenshotted yesterday as well at night. Rasmus Højlund has been put into close protection in recent hours after fans have been threatening the star via Instagram direct message. There's a rumor that a hitman has also been sent out for Højlund, but this is yet to be confirmed. That's just one of them, by the way. Here's another one, because they quoted it and it's been deleted. Again, this happened this morning. Some players are beginning to lose faith in Ruben Amorim's system as results and performances continue to suffer. The group believe that even when United win, it is largely down to individual moments of quality or good fortune rather than a tactical triumph. How much crap is this? Well, how much crap have I just read? It's mad. These men are like vultures when it comes to us. Vultures. And it's like, how do you even tweet that? How do you even get that information? What are we saying? Android 17 from flipping Dragon Ball Z is going to come and hit Højlund. Whatever, mate. A hitman. That sounds like you should be going to the police more time than a fucking journalist, you absolute prats. Honestly, this guy needs to be on the absolute ban list for United, Chris Wheeler, because he's literally in his Luckhurst bag. A hitman. Wow. You know what? This is what I'm saying. This club is a joke. It is a joke. The fact that it's allowed to be even spoken is mad. The fact that you're putting out as public information, if true, is crazy. Is mad. So what? I don't understand. I don't understand it. Yeah, no shit, Lumen. He's an old man. I'm fucking 29. Like, is that another one of your weird, like one of your weird things? Okay, cool. Big up, Kaz. Keep on expose that toxic channel. He then tried to turn on Amorim subconsciously. Fuck that, man. And fuck him as well. Absolute idiot. Absolute squarehead, mate. But anyways, that is wild, isn't it? Football Twitter, you ain't contact. That's what I'm saying. What do you think is a Jason Statham movie? I can't believe what I just read again. When I read that yesterday, it got posted today. I was in disbelief as well. And I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to bed. Forget this. This is crap. All right. But yeah, man, I've never seen. The thing is with these journals, it's just like when they've got nothing to write about, nothing really went well on the weekend. It's easy to pile on, get your clicks and everything. Like we all do. Even YouTubers, even ourselves, we need to get clicks from you guys. It makes sense. You got to clickbait it as much as you can. But I just call it weak journalism. What happened to the journalists that want to expose the truth or, get on the right side of things? Does that thing not account anymore? What is it? It's like they're YouTubers, but literally in newspaper form. I've just never seen such a hate brigade. It happens to Arsenal as well, to be fair. They're really hated. It's just... when it comes to all of this, it's just like when can a player come out and say this is all crap as well? Because that's going to be the next move. I guarantee within the next few days, we're going to hear from a football player at Man United and saying that we're all backing the manager. We're all for him. We believe in the process and all this stuff. It's just, I just don't believe that these players have come out already and said this about Amorim. I don't believe in this discourse at United. I think there's going to be a few bad eggs because that's normal in football. If you've had a football club before, and you've been playing Sunday League, Saturday League, there might be a manager that you're not all for. You don't like the way they deploy you. They might put you in a position that you're not for, like you're kind of against, but you do the job. It's normal behavior, but it's never going to be said by a journalist. Do you think Delo wants to be playing wing back all the time? No. Do you think yada yada yada? We could talk about Amorim like we did yesterday and say things that he's messed up about. That's absolutely fine. But again, if there are leakers, then it's just like, who can you blame at this point? It's all bollocks. That's why I don't believe any of it. And I don't believe there were any leakers in the first place, because the ones that leaked stuff was easily Garnacho's brother, and maybe Garnacho particularly, right? Because it's all quieting down with the leaking of the team sheets as soon as they exposed Goldbridge's little ring, yeah, with Garnacho, United Scope, Morgan, whatever the fuck his name is, and the rest of them, you know, since that got shut down, it all got shut down. That's who really went down with the leaks. You know, you can eat, and the fact is, yeah, I don't like Hoyland. I don't like Hoyland, yeah. I don't think he's a good footballer. And I know he has links with Goldbridge and whatnot. But then it becomes like, if we want to show energy for energy, you know what that does when you start leaking information out? They start pinpointing Hoyland with that. And then all of a sudden, the hate brigade for Hoyland and direct messages going into doing, that's what happens. And already we've seen that if that report is true or not, there's a hate brigade out for him, and he's a kid. The guy's barely hit puberty that long ago. What are we doing? Do you understand what that does? And these journalists don't understand what they do and what they bring. And I can see why, when it comes to particular Manchester United fans, they don't exactly like toxicity around certain channels, because if players are doing it, what about their welfare? If you've got such an influence, then you could literally produce a hate brigade for that. I think it's okay to criticize players, right? Of course it is. You can say they're crap, they're no good, they're rubbish. I don't care about all of that, because that's what it is. If you've had a crap day, you've had a crap game, that's what it is. But when you start putting out certain information, that's when the personal stuff happens. So yeah, I'm not, and it all stems from one little bit, whether it's journalists or a certain channel or whatever. It goes beyond. It absolutely just pisses me off. And I don't think there's any discourse with Amorim, because guess what? If they are going to do all of that, since, you know, Ten Hag's all back to new players and all that, they can all leave, which is going to lead me into my next part anyways, that I'm going to talk to you about, from what Fabrizio said yesterday. Whether it's spin, PR, whatever, you lot make up your minds. 7-inch says, I can't believe I just called you that. I can't believe I've just called you that. That's insane. Destroyer. If Amorim loses versus Ipswich, will we still back him? I've already said this, yeah. I'm pretty much, I'm not an idiot, yeah. I'm in agreement where even if we finish 16th or 17th, I'm still backing this manager, because I don't think much is going to change. I don't think much is going to change within this squad. I think it's embarrassing. I just don't see him as an issue, but I do believe he's producing an issue like this. You can't be losing to Ipswich at home. I think that's unforgivable at that point. That's like a strike one for me, because I don't really want to back it blindly, pause, and all that kind of stuff. And you got to move on. Like Ipswich, Wolves, you got to be winning those. There's no reason. I don't care what you got. You got to be winning those games. And I think United do win those games. There's no reason why we shouldn't. But it can't get any worse, surely. But it just makes me think. It just makes me think, like, if INEOS decides to keep him, then it is what it is. We're here for the long haul. I can sit here and scream to the high lords, to the high horses, whatever saying it is, saying Amorim out, you know, whatever. But he's staying whether we like it or not. Do you know what I mean? They're backing him like no matter what. They gave him only Dorgu and Heaven in January due to whatever situations. What do you want me to do? My voice don't make no difference. Protesting don't work. If you're not going to make a situation better, it don't matter who comes in. The thing is, my whole point is, even if he finished 10th or whatever, yeah, the next season, if you keep this group of players, they're going to go lower anyways. It's all about the group of players. You might do well in one situation, but then it's going to go backwards. I don't believe this core group of players are even toxic. I just believe they're shit. And you know what the maddest part is, yeah? I think you can definitely put profiles and do your little chess pieces, chess pieces, whatever. But at the end of the day, no journalist has any journalist come out, right, and just said that these players are shit. In obviously, eloquently and, sophisticated words and, using big vocab. All of that stuff. I've not seen no journalists do that. And that's why I'll talk about accountability. No one wants to call Hoyland a scrub. No one wants to say that Garnacho is probably not United quality. No one wants to say anything whatsoever. And that's my point. Why can't Chris Wheeler come out and say, you know what, this group of players are just crap? Henry Winter does that from time to time, but just say that they're crap. And you know what, at the same time, a good piece of journalism says, Amorim must be doing better with this group of players. Who is he improving? Because the whole point is you do need to improve some of these. That's one thing I've got a big criticism about. There's no need to play someone like Maguire. He needs to play low block football. So why you keep using him? What? Because he can pass some here and there. How about some defending, mate? How about using certain profiles in certain positions? There's no reason to play Højlund. Go play Garnacho as a wing back. Go play attacking football. Because you know what? This is my criticism of Amorim. Yeah, is show us something as fans. Even if you play Garnacho and Dorgu as wing backs, show some attacking intent, press high up the pitch. Let me know what I can see going into next season when you do get new players that are for required said positions. Do you get it? So for me, that's my point. It doesn't matter about the formation. I am in agreement with that, Rusty. It does not matter when the players cannot defend nor score. What difference does it make to our lives? Nothing. If you play 4-2-3-1, I'm going to add another attacker. No, it don't do nothing. These players are crap. But my whole thing is with INEOS is, well, you know what it is? I'm not trying to single out a player right now. Is you've let Anthony go. You've let Rashford go. You've let so-and-so Malacia and whatnot. Shaw's still injured. Mount's still injured. Whatever his case is. Mount is a head-loss case. He needs to fuck off. Yeah, simple as that. Go make some fucking TikToks elsewhere with Luke Shaw. You little bum buddy. Yeah? But me, it's more like, I need to see something. It's as simple as that. But if you're going to get rid of players, are you not going to have an assurance, some assurances that some players are going to also cover that position just in case? And now we've seen some youngsters come into the fold. Go and play them then. Because guess what? If we see young Amas or young Chido or Morehouse or a Sekou Kone, who's 19, by the way, as well, who I know you have to ease them in slowly into the team. That's the way it works. Training, yada, 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 whatever. Then do it. But because these players can't show me or you guys anything anymore. Whether you're a rival fan or United fan, I've had enough of seeing Højlund play football. I don't need to see him no more. He don't make no impact. So yeah, man. What's this? That Garnacho wingback take is the first highlight I've seen from you so far on this channel. I think I'd pawn off my season ticket. Imagine Garnacho wingback. He's still cutting and shoot. No, but I'm thinking right wingback, Johnny, though. If you put him right wingback, then fine. Go play some like Xerxes and somebody else in a 10. Go play. I don't care who it is, right? I want to right. For me, the only decent player that's showing some sort of accountability that can hold the football and do anything right now is Xerxes. So what do I want to do around Xerxes? This is up to the manager now. You're going to have to go put legs around him. You're going to have to put Dorgu, Collier and Agate because they're both back fit. You're going to have to put runners around him. Make sure he has what he needs to succeed a little bit more so we can create because we don't do enough of that. The thing is with Garnacho, you can't play him in a 10 because guess what? He plays like a winger. He plays like a winger and we don't need that. We need someone that's going to be attacking and direct down the wing and down the flanks. And nobody else can do that better than probably Garnacho at the moment and Dorgu. We've got nobody else to do it. No one. It's not like he's playing Harry Amas. Oh, but he's defensively weak. Who gives a fuck if he's defensively weak? I don't want him to be defensively decent. I want him to attack. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at anyways. Sorry, I've gone on to a little bit of a stint away from it. But this whole dressing room thing is, if true, once again, it's another manager, a new manager with... And we can't... You know what the maddest part is? We can't even say like the same group of players anymore. You got to understand. There's like 24 new players that Ten Hag has brought in total or something along them lines. It's a whole new group. But the whole new group are a bunch of flipping little imbeciles, if that's the case. You know, but whom? The question is, it's going to make us wonder as fans, who's not really putting in the efforts? Who's walking around? Maybe they got a nonchalant type personality, so you're going to blame him, a.k.a. Martial. Remember, he didn't do nothing wrong, but people blamed him because his attitude looked weak on the pitch. Mental. There's no solutions. That's crazy. Anyways, that's just my little take as well. If we are honest, though, Dalot needs to be getting more pelters from this fan base. With Rashford gone now, Dalot is one of the most senior players and been there for a while. And Dorgu showed him up against Spurs. Exactly. Exactly my point. Shit. Alhamdulillah. Sorry. Liam Delap playing for a relegated team has more Prem goals than Arsemus, Nashers and Xerxes combined. That sums up our attack. It does sum up our attack. A few of them have been penalties, though, if we're going to be honest. I still don't think he's the solution for Man United, but he's a good footballer. Cast, what do you want to... what can you do when Ghana is missing from 5 yards out and Bruno keeps spamming the ball? I'm not the manager. I've only got my own solutions. My own solutions is play Bruno in attack. because Bruno is our best finisher. Currently, as we stand, Bruno is our best finisher and he's our best box crasher. Stop playing in an 8. I don't care that he can do a switch. I don't care. Go back to basics. I keep saying this time after time after time. Yeah, Cyndi Lauper. If anyone knows about that song, then go look at it. Back in the 80s, maybe. Yeah. For me, go back to the basics. You don't have players that can spam, and if they do, that can spam literally cross the field balls and whatnot, through balls. Then great, but then there's deficiencies. Eriksen got no legs. Bruno hasn't got the physicality. He leaves gaps. He leaves the midfield so open. So when you leave the midfield so open, the wing backs are drawn all the way back because they feel the need to defend. I think this is simple, basic principles that of football knowledge. Like, if you're going to literally leave your central midfield partner to himself, your wing back subconsciously thinks, like, if they get into a certain space, then they're going to invade my area. I know this because I play wing back. I play fullback. Back in my heyday anyways, but I'm not fit. I don't really play football no more. I haven't played in a couple of years, but I'm amazing at football. I'm insane. It's the same. It's just the same logics. So when you put assurances in there, whether it's Casemiro and an Agate or an Agate and a Collier, whichever way, you need them two to stay together, because it's mad how he's just tactically moved away and he's wide mid. The whole thing with Bruno, whether it's a positional thing like lackluster of, I don't know, self-discipline on the pitch, or maybe it's an instruction, I don't know. He's more, I want him up the field. I don't want him I don't want him collecting the ball. I want him up the field because that's what he does best. What does he do best? Score goals, create chances. Do that. Go up front. Højlund doesn't do that. I'd rather see Bruno running in behind because he makes clever runs. Højlund makes obvious runs where the centre-backs can keep up all the time. Bruno is very nippy when he's up front. I've seen him play false 9 before. Actually, did we not see that against City in a flipping, in the final even? Like, we've seen it. I need to see more of it. I want him in the box because we don't have no one in the box to finish chances. Only Bruno's in the box. He's useless in the 8. I thought Bruno in the 8 would do us something, but clearly not. It doesn't work because it leaves too many gaps defensively. I need the wing-backs up the pitch. How can I work this out for myself in theory, but he can't? How can you not see this as a manager? I don't care what goes on in training all the time. When it comes down to that pitch, you got to show some effort, mate. You got to show that you are good enough to be Manchester United manager as well. Kone is definitely a 6/8 as well, 100%. I'm in agreement with you. This is my whole theory, Jack James, 100%. I don't think Garner down tools as well. He just sucks. Yeah, it's as simple as that. I don't think he down tools anyone. I'm in agreement with that. I like Dorgu as well, but we need more than just Dorgu, and he needs to be used. What's the point of having wing backs if you've never used them? And the times you do use them, you create chances. Oh my god, what did he do? It solved the mystery. Flipping hell, Scooby Doo. Fuck me. No one can defend Højlund after that performance. But take your pick, RSV. Take your pick. And I'm not one of them like flipping, Voldemort saying, "Oh, well done, Højlund, for that shot, but you didn't score." It's the one time he wants to shoot. Oh, well done, Rasmus. Lick the bum hole, Rasmus. Make sure you get your nose involved, Rasmus. Shut up, you prat. Absolute bellend, mate. But he knows what he's doing. Xerxes towards the end of the second half seemed to have lost his confidence. I think he just... Oh my word. Bruno is good in the midfield 3, but not in a 2. That's why you got to shift him up the pitch. Move him away from that. He's not a pivot player. And that's down to the manager for identifying that. Yeah, keep it solid. That's what one thing I think Ruud van Nistelrooy showed, yeah, at least when he was in charge, right, was as long as you keep it compact, it will always make teams struggle. Even if you keep it compact up the field, you're still going to be, other teams are still going to struggle. The whole point is, I thought, after that Leicester game, especially towards the end, Amorim must have learned, and his coaching staff must have learned, like, these players can create as long as they're out the pitch, making turnovers. It's not pretty on the eye. It's not at all. It's rubbish. But when you go back to basics, everyone knows what basic football looks like. Everyone here watches football, right? You already know just simple stuff like turn, 2-yard pass, 5-yard pass. Sometimes you might make a risk. Press, positionally, make sure you're disciplined. Back to the basics of football. Get down the flanks. Everyone knows that. That's our system. Overload. So why do we not do that? Because when you got a player that wants to play 10-yard back, but you got other players that want to play further out the field, aka Bruno and that, how is that going to work? You know what I saw against Tottenham? I saw Ten Hag football again. And you know what? How many coaches have to come to Manchester United, yeah, where we all look at it and say, oh, can this coach? Can this manager, does he have tactics? Does he have this? Insane. How many times do we have to keep making excuses, especially these journos, over these players as well? I don't think all these players are stupid, but at the same time, it's up to the manager to select the correct player. Euro is okay at wide centre back. Don't get me wrong, but he's better in the middle. A bit like that Dean Howson for Bournemouth. Same kind of principle. He's both-footed. He's got the ping. He's faster. He's way more athletic than Maguire. He gets you up the pitch. He was ill, obviously. Him and Eriksen were ill against Tottenham. Stuff like that. De Ligt is better as a wide centre-back. But at the same time, you know what I did clock? When Mazraoui did have the ball or gave it to Dorgu, or vice versa, when it was De Ligt that gave it to him, right? Because I saw them both switch. No one's there available in the central midfield. And if that is the case, when the left wing back picks up, the striker isn't making a run to move players, or the 10s to move players. You got Garnacho too busy acting like he's a fucking winger. Yeah, thinking that he's going to receive the ball, even though there's a player in front of him, aka Pedro Porno. But in the centre midfield, no one's showing. And it looks lackluster. It's basic principles that it's just been abandoned at this club. And it's just, I don't know how you get through to some idiots at this team. And people like want to back players like Garnacho and stuff like that, whose IQ is super low. He should not be involved in any sort of build-up whatsoever. You want him running in behind. I'd rather play Garnacho as an in-behind striker than Højlund. At least he will always make those runs. That's why, I believe Amorim likes Garnacho, is because he's relentless when he goes up front. He's confident. He's always willing to do something, even if he does lose the ball. He's got a bit of work ethic. Højlund is a pressing striker that don't know how to press. That's my back three. De Ligt, Mazraoui, Euro, and you got idiots online. Oh, we should play Maguire. This is what I want. Because I'm on Sky Sports. You got to make sure that England internationals get their praise, so I can look good for the higher ups at Sky Sports. Oh, Abs Busquets, him. Oh, look at me. I know football. I know tactics. This is what we're gonna do. Absolute bullshit, mate. Absolute bollocks. Don't want to call out players that are not good enough for this club and you think you should get a new deal. Suck my dick. Fucking idiots, man. Cass, your players are trash. I agree. Your recruitment last 5 years have been abysmal. Agree. Name 5 players last 5 years that's been good, not just decent, but good. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna. All right, away from this group of players, obviously, away from it, because I like the recruitment of this summer. It's just not enough because it's just not enough. But the fact is, there's 2 defenders, 3 defenders were involved in that. I like Mazraoui and everything, but anyways, my whole thing is, you know what? You're right. Ibrahimovic, last 5 years. Did he count 2019? No, probably not. He's 17, isn't it? Fuck. Someone help me out here. Someone help me out here. Please. What? I need to check. Cavani, no, I don't think he was a good signing. I don't care what anyone tells me. Nah, not for me. He was good. Overall, was Bruno a good signing for me? No, probably. You know what? Overall, I'll say Bruno was a good signing. We just never really built around him. So there you go. This is. Yep, that's it. There you go. You know what? The fact that I have to think about this, you're absolutely right. Big up Tactical Devils in there, by the way. Make sure you subscribe to him. I go on his channel every so and so on a Monday, maybe on Wednesdays at sometimes, but make sure it's a great channel. He speaks really, really well as well. So big up right there. We're on 62 likes with 185 in the building as well. Big up Adeyemi in the building, TJ as well. Yo, nice to see you. There, Ahmad was a good signing. There you go. Let me make sure I mod you up. And, if anyone does... Look, I'm not here to beg, yeah. But if anyone does want to support myself, I think I've got 199 memberships. By the way, I'm gonna start watch-alongs this weekend. I've got my electric desk, so I'm gonna literally be standing up, and you're gonna see how animated I get with Manchester United. So I will start running up the watch-alongs. I would like if people would like to support me, 199s. I don't care if you want to do up the more expensive one, but it's the same kind of thing on Never a Foul, innit? So it helps me. I'm full time, and it's just an extra, on top. Trying to get married at the end of the year, man. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, we'll see about that one. Perna, are you Amorim out or you give him time? I'll give him time. You know what is Perna, yeah? Is that how you say your name? Sorry if I got it wrong. I feel like I have long-term vision. I'm not too bothered in the short term right now as we speak. The season could have been recovered. It didn't happen. Another manager comes in. I'm not too sure that things even change. We go back to playing low block that suit the players, fine, whatever. But then we'll be moaning that there's no style of play. We'll be moaning that there's not enough goals, because at the end of the day, when you've got all these players there, we're not going to get enough goals. But I do believe there's a balance, even with this current group of players, to be put on the pitch. It's just whether Amorim's going to do that or not. I don't know. It's hard to back that situation. It's a little bit hard to back that, but because it does frustrate the hell out of me. It's the same kind of crap. Why do I keep seeing Garnacho and Hoyland up front? Why do I have to keep their turnover players? The net negative players. They're all about their GA. There's nothing more to their game. If they're not getting GA, they're useless. So that's just my opinion. It could be a better situation. But obviously Tottenham, he was pretty much down to bare bones. He didn't really have a choice. So yeah, for me, it's just it's difficult. It is difficult. I think there is more of a chance of him walking as well. Yeah, I agree on that part. I wouldn't be totally surprised. We're on 63 likes. If we can get this to 100, then dope. We got Everton, but you know what it is? People going like Everton's all that when they're really not. We'll see about that one. But it's just, are INEOS going to back him? So that leads me to the second part, right, of this whole show anyways, because I don't know. I end up just going on a rant for no reason. I'm pretty much not even talking about anything relevant to, well, it is relevant, but it's not particular, because about these so-called journals. But it's come out and says, look, INEOS and those in charge of the club are wedded to Ruben Amorim, meaning the guy's not going anywhere. I think everyone can appreciate he's been dealt a really bad hand. This is from Laurie Whitwell. I'm on my phone, so you lot can hear that from me as well if you haven't read it yet. So that tells me INEOS are still backing him. They know that the situation with this squad is crap. It's not good, no matter how you deal it. There's other stuff about, Victor Osimhen in the summer. I think I might talk a little bit more about that tonight. And then the transfer window plans. You probably heard this here. You've probably seen it already, right? Since I do go live at 3 o'clock and I'm going to go live in the evening times. So it says, I can guarantee that in the summer. So this is a guarantee, people. Remember, note this. It's important. Because this is from Fabrizio. He says, I can guarantee that in the summer, the idea, keyword idea. So we've got two keywords, guarantee and idea, is still to do many things to cover several positions. So if that's the case, from whether it's spin because we just lost and we need some good news for Man United fans and whatnot, so we can shut up. The idea is several positions. Several probably means about 5 or more players, which is going to have to be the case. It's going to be a mixture of promoting youth. I guarantee that. It's going to be a mixture of maybe dipping into the free market if they're Angel Gomez, maybe Jonathan David as squad players, but I think Angel Gomez is more likely. And then the other idea is, you got to wait to sell some players. And at the same time, if you don't, you won't be able to get all of that. And I've got a list. I've got a list for all of you lot. And I'm gonna share it with you. And I want you lot to tell me if you lot are convinced by this or not. This is important. Give me a sec, because I posted it in here. So I remember someone in the chat, he was a Chelsea fan, right? And from there, we had this discussion. Obviously, he was talking about his situation. Obviously, I'm talking about my situation, right? And it was kind of similar in a way, except, these lot can go and spend and do whatever they wish, pretty much. So on that notice, if you go from there, where is this? One sec, you lot. Already. Anyways, so This is my estimations. And I can't put this, I haven't got it as a thing. So just if you don't mind keeping up, that would be sick. He says, this is what I said. Estimations roughly to reports of value. So it's not all like 100%. Players guaranteed to leave or high probability. Yeah. So someone that is guaranteed to leave this summer, I've got them starred in literally this orange little diamond thing. Sancho, 25 million plus his 300k, which is about 15 million in a year, saved off wages due to an obligation. So that's done. Evans, right? So that's already nearly about 40 million. So that's what, if we want to hear about money, this is me doing this, yeah? So Evans, 65 per week, pretty much peanuts. Not that much. Maybe it's like 6 million per year. You let me know. 5 million maybe. It's nothing. Maybe even less than that. He's gone. Eriksen's 150k per week wages are gone. Because this is important, because we're not going to be looking at signing players that are going to want mad wages. That's the situation. Lindelof, 100k per week. I think it's 90 maybe per week. Gone. That's sorted. Cool. Now, the high probability is Rashford leaving in between 35 million to 40 million. That's what Man United want, and that's what they're probably going to get. And there's an option to buy. So there's a high probability. Plus his 50 million a year wages gone. So you can count on about 50 million roughly, give or take, maybe less. That's going to be in the pockets. Malacia, option to buy 8.5 million plus his little wages. So you could probably save 30, 40 million on there. Anthony, at the rate he's going, we're going to get a nice price for him. But I estimated that his 180k per week wages are going to go. And he's going to, only going to get about 20 to 30 million with him. So at the moment, if we're going to put everything in total, because it's important, right? There's 40 million there. Then there's 50 million. That's nearly 100 million in itself. Eriksen, that's definitely 100 million in itself. Lindelof, Evans, Malacia, that's about 110 plus 115. Anthony, which is 20 to 30 million plus his wages. You can literally say that's nearly 150 million already. And then the main one is, can we get Casemiro gone for 15 million? Because that's what he's going to cost, 15 million plus his 340k per week wages. Now, that's like 16 million per year, something stupid like that. And you can easily, whether it's cash or whatever, that's 30 million saved. Already, that's nearly 200 million bulk. And now, if you talk about the ones that are like this, by the way, like this, that we don't know what's going to happen because they could stay at the club. Yeah, so if anyone can keep count, that would be sick. If a reasonable fee comes in, United, this is based on reports that we've already seen. If a reasonable fee comes in for Delo, which we was valuing around 45 million at the time, which was in January, Man United would be likely to accept. Garnacho, looking like he's on his way out. He could be around 50 to 60 million mark, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of teams in for him. It'll be a lot easier. Does he stay? Does he go? I don't know. This is more my 40 to 60% chance of leaving. And then there's Xerxes or Højlund, whether it's a loan or whatever, right? And that's the probability. And then you got to also think, if Greenwood moves on, we get and that's looking likely that he's going to get a move maybe. That's going to be more money. And you also got to think about academy talents that are also going to get sold. Whether it's 5 million, 10 million, it's all going to add up, right? So when people understand that this whole selling situation is not going to be that difficult, my whole theory with United is, or with INEOS, are they good enough to get replacements in on time and good enough for, like, in general, in terms of quality? That's where I stand. Can they do that? That's the big question. It's not about leaving. I think Man United and INEOS will be it'll be easy to get rid of a lot of these players. Whether it's Shaw, Mount, or whoever else, I don't think it's going to happen. No one wants injury-prone players until they can prove themselves. But beyond that, can we get enough replacements in time? And who? My whole thing is, they did efficiently buying. We'll see. INEOS did get ran to the window. We did have a lot of late incomings in terms of people in the back door, back staff, all of that stuff. It's where we're at the moment. That's it. But no one said about selling all our players. I've just told you, literally, if you listen, you absolute delude, yeah? One, Sancho, Eriksen, Evans, Lindelof are all leaving. That's 4 players already. Anthony, and Rashford, again, they're probably going to leave. They're not even at the damn club. I don't think they're going to stay beyond the summer. That's 6 players. Casemiro, whether he wants to stay or go, we'll see what happens there. And of course, Malacia, that looks like it's an easy deal for where he went anyway. So that's like 7 players. So where it says 7 or 8 players are easy to go, it's not that hard when you deep it and you break it down. It's not that difficult to remove all of that situation thanks to contracts. It's not hard. It really isn't that hard to break down. I've just done a whole speech on it, whether you listened or not. Is the fact is, yeah, this Rasmus Winter Højlund brother does not even support Manchester United. This guy in the chat, he does not. I don't mind him staying here, but he doesn't. He supports someone else. He's a troll. They even get rid of him in Rance's chat and whatnot because this guy's a troll. So you know what? If my mods see fit to get rid, then get rid. I don't mind it. Time him out for another like 15,000 seconds. Yeah, I know that, but the likelihood of him staying at Marseille for Greenwood is very high. Like Greenwood, why would you leave Marseille right now? They're thriving. And Alvaro, again, I don't think he's going to leave because, again, he's thriving at Benfica. They're going to get Champions League football. And I don't think they move. It would be stupid for them to move at the moment. Would you like Dovbyk? Anyone's better than Højlund. I wouldn't be surprised if it's his burner account, but I don't believe this guy knows of me. Otherwise, I'll be getting like little tweets and whatnot against my my account and that. I'm not too stupid. We know that this guy has burners and whatnot. What likes are we on? 72 likes. If this can get raised to 100, then sick. No, you know what, Jack? Yeah, it's an issue within the fans, but in general itself, it's like he doesn't do anything that impacts these players on the pitch too much. Like they are footballers, they are paid to do their job. It's all down to INEOS and what they can do as well. Like I don't even want to make this guy a scapegoat or any reason for it. We just got to see it on the pitch. There's nothing more to that. That's just the way I'm looking at it as well. What else is there? Spurs goalkeeper could go, and when you're all getting off those wages as well on top of the transfer fee. True. Vardy and Vegas. Johnny, who do you support? You support Man United, yeah, of course you do. Big up Grace in the building. I haven't seen you in a long time. Malacia, Sancho, Anthony, Casemiro, Rashford out for money. Evans, Lindelof, Ericsson going a free. Crazy. You just mentioned about 8 players there, Grace. I remember Cass, it's down to Dirty Glazers to sign on off on it, mate. Dirty Jim, da. Yeah, but that's just legalities. They have to sign off and stuff like that. Regardless, like, because they're like co-owners and whatnot, even if Ratcliffe, who's got total control on the sporting side of things, right? Remember, not INEOS, it is Ratcliffe. He's got total sign, but you have to get it signed off, period. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be discussed. He's just got to sign off. They got to go over stuff. So it is. You're going to lower your wage bill by at least 20%. Well, Casemiro makes up for a lot of that wage bill already. But right now, as it stands at Man United, it's not about pocket saving and whatnot. But in terms of recovering the club for what it needs, this is why I don't care that like how many people are losing their jobs, because that's just normality. Like, that's normal within business. You got to save finances. You got to get rid of certain jobs. Oh, but you pay these players this certain amount. That's a whole different spectrum of things. You got to, you got to shape up your ship, mate. You know what I mean? You got to clean it up and make sure they're doing their jobs. And when you can afford to do more, then you recruit more. That's just the way it works. It's a shame that people do lose their jobs, but if you're good at your job, you'll go get another one. But yeah, in terms of wages, we got lower than Tottenham's wages as it speaks. Do you get what I'm saying? This is exactly this is what I'm saying. 55% of it's not even currently playing. It's mad. Trim the fat. You don't need 100 people to do 10 people. That's what I'm with you on this part. This is what I'm with. It's like you don't need it. That's what I mean. They done an audit and they said, well, did you not know that Man United hired the most scouts in the whole world? But yeah, what's the point of having the most scouts in the whole world if you don't even buy players that are good enough and whatnot? There's no point of them. You don't even use, like, I think Ten Hag pretty much showed you lot that he doesn't even use the scouts, or he never did. He had his own power to get who he wanted. He didn't even use what the scouts scouted. Remember, we had to go and get when it come to our scouting department, right? Because which is getting shaped up, by the way, if you lot didn't know. So that's another thing, is that they were pulling up databases from 4 or 5 years ago. Are you insane? When Ten Hag was first in charge, and they're trying to give Arnautovic as one of their options. Mad. Yeah, I know. Anything to glorify, anything that can, that can get put down in United, anything that works, whatever. Anything to shame United. But anything good INEOS do, you're not allowed to post that. You're not allowed to do that. Man United currently, you know, losing out 100 million in revenue per season and whatnot. But no, you can't fire no one because think of their jobs, think of their welfare. You know, even though anyone that gets made redundant gets a fat payout, pretty much at United. If you've been working there for like 10 years and you get like and you earn like $3,000 per month or whatever, you're going to get like a 60 grand payout anyways. You're right. You'll be fine. People don't understand that either. Redundancies equals payouts. But no, doesn't get spoken about. Oh, let's speak about, how dare you take away a multi-millionaire's £1 million flipping fee and all that per season, aka Sir Alex Ferguson, who got in bed with the Glazers anyways. Oh, how dare INEOS do that? How dare they? Crazy, man. Treating this club like shit. What's this? Anyone who breaks bread with the reptilian Glazers, they never be good for this club. Yeah, it's the same thing with, you know, Glazers wanting a certain amount from, you know, I went over this the other day. You know, there's not a time period, but there's an agreement for them to leave when they get their final piece of what they asked for through, you know, Ratcliffe and whatnot. We'll see what happens there in it. If that happens, there's going to be a lot more. I know, yeah, people don't understand the court tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, the 19th. The second quarterly finances and all that come out for show, because guess what? We're a PLC. It's public. No, not PLC. That's private limited company. The public sector and all that, because you can see all the finances and everything. It all comes out on show. Tomorrow, there's going to be an absolute shit show on what's viewed on finances at Man United, and people will understand what type of shit we're really in. But yeah, look, it's going to be spun, and Kevin Maguire and all that, Kieran Maguire and all that's going to come out. Probably spin some more shit on United, you know, which is fair, is his job. He's a business reporter and all that stuff. And it'll be showing how shit Sir Jim is, but nobody else. It's just funny that the narrative is now spun from, you know, from it being Sir Jim all the time, all of it, even though he's only got sporting control compared to Glazers. People subconsciously forget that Glazers still are here, but, you know, it's all Sir Jim's fault for owning 27% only. That's the maddest part that I will never understand. But, you know, go off. Anyways, it's a bit of a negative show, but, you know, whether I'm pro INEOS or whatever, I just don't subscribe to, you know, agenda. Like, I don't really want to do up agendas too much unless it's against Voldemort and whatnot. But yeah, who's live? Is anyone live right now? Make sure you subscribe as well. Don't forget, if you don't mind. Hopefully tomorrow we can talk about something positive, but guarantee it won't be. You know, the second quarter's coming out of finances, so it's going to be an absolute shit show. Who's live? Is anyone live? Not anyone? Is there like a small channel maybe? Even though there might maybe like 50 people might go over, maybe, I don't know. Smash the likes as well. Anyone? Deluded. Oh, Deluded Gooner. All right, wait, let me get his. I'm not subscribed on this channel to his thing. Deluded. All right, there we go. He's with his missus. You lot, I beg you lot, yeah, go over there and what should we hashtag? We need to hashtag a little sign. Just say hashtag Cass. No, you know, just hashtag Cass, man. I can't think of nothing between him and Jess. Yeah, I can't even think about that. But we're gonna be live again later. So at night, be prepared. I might go live at 7. No, sorry, about 11, half 11 maybe, or 11 o'clock to half 10. Yeah, we'll see in a bit.